Okay, now you're gonna have a serving of pickled quail leg in a blue mussel.
Norwegian scallop for you, just freshly opened with a roasted seaweed sauce, a bit of horseradish that you can use as sort of a seasoning paste, and a piece of the scallop roe as well. Hope you enjoy.
I suggest this and the roll, and then after the horseradish to clean the palate. This one and this one second, the roll, and then third one is the horseradish. You can still see it. It's still a little moving and jumping a bit. You can see. It's a bit too serious over here. Yeah, but yeah, we enjoy our food, right? So far.
Seaweed salad, and this one it comes together with little pieces of a frozen shrimp mousse, which got aerated, and then we brush the plate with the parsley cream. So as it comes in 3 little bites, have it as well together like that. And don't wait too long as it is a frozen serving.
Thanks.
So your next course is a serving of some raw oysters. On top you have some apples that has been marinated in sloe berries, and to the side you have some oyster leaves, which doesn't really have to do with anything with oysters, they just simply taste like one.
You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me say someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart.
Okay, your next serving is some Danish squid that has been lightly poached in plum kernel water. And you're gonna season this squid yourself. So you just take up the poppy seed and sprinkle over gently.
Seeds and sprinkle over.
Layered in between is a little bit of pine, Venus clams, and French truffles as well. A little bit of blue mussel sauce on top of it.
Oh yeah, and very thick seasonal truffle. Yeah, I think it might be, because it's so black, I think it's a winter truffle. Yeah, it is truffle. It's this winter truffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually been preserved though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we preserved it in truffle juice.
Oh, what region is it from?
It's from Italy.
Oh, from Italy. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll tell you. So, it's a skewer. Just use the tip and the whole thing. When ping yang le. Depends on you. You can divide it if you want to taste like one by one. I think that would be nice if you do one by one.
Maybe I can get a half of it.
Yeah.
You cry the night through. Well, you can cry me a river.
It's seasonal, that's why.
I cried a river over you.
This is made from corn miso and buckwheat. Then on top is the cod's rub that has been confit and then sliced thin. Toasted seeds around the sides. Please eat this one with your hands.
Thanks.
Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian. Told me you were through with me. And now you say you love me. Well, just to prove you do, come on and cry me a river I cried a river over you. I cried a river over you.
Here we're going to continue with a fish which is named fjesing in Danish. In English it's called the Greater River. The reason we prefer to call it in the Danish name is because it's mostly found in the Scandinavian waters. Underneath you're going to find a sauce which is some butter and some fermented barley. On the side you have a cabbage which is being brushed with a parsley oil. Enjoy it.
Barley, chai. Yeah, ferment barley, that's beer, exactly. I mean, if there's yeast in there, then it is. 100%. I think you should start off with a fish. And put some foam on it also. I'm pretty sure it's cabbage. It's cabbage on parsley oil.
Guys, we have here a choux or an eclair, which we fill with whipped cream. On top we have an emulsion of oyster and some caviar. And I would suggest you to eat it in 2 bites just to have a nice even spread of the whipped cream.
Okay.
Enjoy.
2 bites? Yep. Yeah, it's like an eclair. It's in the shape of eclair. Wow. Okay, that's some reaction for sure. That is some reaction for sure. I can see it from your eyes. Very good so far, yeah, absolutely amazing.
And we have arrived at the main course as well.
Perfect.
So this is the langoustine. You have the head right there, and then you have the body as well. It's just blanched quite quickly, so it's still very tender. Some pine salt, koji butter, and then you have on the side this little slice here of quince. It's been fermented in salt, so it's has a lot of acidity. So you're gonna squeeze it right over like a lemon. And then you have sauce as well to the side, which is made from blue mussel.
Okay.
You can pour the sauce over or take them and dip them. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Perfect. Wow, look at this.
So I think you heard most of it maybe, but you have langoustine, koji butter, pine salt, slice of quince, glaze over, and then the blue mussel sauce.
You saw me standing
The fillet skills is absolutely amazing.
without a dream in my
They got everything intact perfectly.
without a love of my own.
But you know, we got another Easter eggs also.
You knew
Blue mussels. They put blue mussels in the sauce, and nearly more than 3, 4, 5 dishes got the blue mussels in the sauce also.
someone I
Hot man pool. Yeah, it's like the first one that we eat. That's the blue mussels. They put it in the sauce. Yeah.
the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody
Yeah, nah, but
whisper,
like,
please adore me.
but like a hidden stuff in there, if you know what I mean.
Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
It's called environment, so different when you take it.
Well, some amasake, so it's some fermented rice ice cream as well. And then we have oyster caramel and a green seaweed called spirulina on top to make it look like an
Spirulina.
oyster. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spirulina. The stuff that you put in what's it called? Smoothie. I'm just gonna say healthy because this thing is everything's green is healthy. So I just assume. I mean, it sure does look interesting for sure.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart,
Come on.
without a love of my own. Blue
Yeah, I think it's jelly.
moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer
Okay, not
for
supposed to spare.
someone I really could care for.
Oh. You made a face again, okay? How do you feel like?
It tastes like what's it called? It's like a jelly in the box in Thai.
Okay? Jelly in a box.
Jelly in a bag. This one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the same feeling, but like
Okay.
it's like really frozen.
So it's just like a jelly pouch you cut and you just
This one is like this katsubushi.
katsubuchi.
Yeah, like a dry stuff, dry tuna.
Okay.
Blue moon.
So for the next dessert, we have some crispy seaweed, which we cooked initially in some jasmine tea.
Okay.
We then dried it to make it crispy.
Yeah.
In the middle, there's a mousse of plum kernel, which we then seasoned with some pine salt.
Okay.
And the idea is to eat this as you would a sandwich.
Yeah. Okay.
The only difference being that the sandwich melts, so not to wait for too long. Enjoy.
Very crunchy. Okay, see Patty's face. I think she likes it. Oh, sure. Oh, you even got smoke out of your mouth.
I think it's coated by the seaweed is coated by caramel, and like this one, the filling is kind of be like a cream cheese, and then with some spices. I don't know. He said like it's pie something. I don't actually know what it is, but yeah, I think it's fine. But like I think it tastes like the same as Danish sweet, like apple.
Apple skewer.
Yeah, apple skewer. Yeah, apple skewer. Yeah, can you taste that? Like it's the same. It's the same smell. But I don't like the apple skewer. So, but this is fun because I think I really like the concept of sandwich.
It's like ice cream sandwich.
You should eat it now.
Yeah, I would
before
do
it
that
melts.
right now.
It's not like ice cream. It's just like a pudding. Literally. Okay.
Okay, the tour.
Okay, so of course you saw the kitchen in full action earlier. That was a bit more exciting than now when it's completely deserted. It almost doesn't really look like a kitchen in a way. You can see all these nice open wooden surfaces. We have the big slate piece here in the middle that we use to cook the food on. So it's a ceramically heated piece of slate, so a piece of stone. All the different parts of the restaurant will change as the evening goes on. So over here, where they plated the first few dishes, they also will send out the desserts and some of the later dishes. That way, they're using the space in a really efficient way. I'm going to show you just quickly here in the main dining room as well. So this is where there's the most people, the most energy as well. All the decor that you can see with the blue mussel shells, all this stuff changes season to season. So that also is part of creating the atmosphere of the place, is seeing all of these different types of decors that we make. We have our grill here outside. So we don't use that too much this season because we don't smoke any of the things that you've had on the menu today. But this is technically outside, so it's built so that the rain doesn't fall directly onto the grill. All the smoke can come out from the top, and that way they can cook with real wood, lots of smoke, lots of heat. Used a lot in our game and forest season, for example, where it's a very intense place to work. They have these ski mask, gas mask combo that they need to wear out there because it's so intense to be able to see what they're doing. Then we have our area here. So this whole part of the restaurant was built when we came, but this area, which we're going into now, was already here when we arrived. So this is the part of the restaurant that you wouldn't really get to see normally if you weren't with me. So this is the production kitchen here, where they spend most of their time on the day, where they will prep all the different parts of the ingredients and make every single dish as ready as they can for service. So this looks a little bit more like a regular kitchen, of course, or a kitchen as you know. This entire building was an old bunker, so you can see if you look up that it has a lot of fortified cement and a lot of these kinds of things, which is also why we are using it for us, because we can't change this building too much. It's still protected. All the windows are the same, all the doors are the same. We have a little aquarium here.
Just open. Incredible. That was
with the langoustines that the people tomorrow are gonna have, the scallop that you had, which was freshly opened. That way we can work with live animals, which always is much better for seafood. We have all the ceramics here in the side on the big corridor. So we have a lot of ceramics that we do work with, since we have 3 different menus with 18 courses, changing every year. So we have this system where we take a little Polaroid picture of the thing that's inside, and then it's the last dish that it was used with is what's written over. So egg yolk glass is what it was used for last time. Peas is what this dish was used for last time, to help us remember, so we don't need to open every single one of these when we're looking for a specific type of ceramic.
I very like the system like that.
Yeah, it's
very fun.
simple but effective, right? This is our staff canteen here, where we all eat together, family style, at the long table with another kitchen integrated directly into the restaurant there, so they can work without getting in the way of all the service chefs. So this is a picture of the building that we are standing in now, before we arrived. So you can see that we've sanded away the cement on the walls to make the brick appear a little bit warmer, a little bit more inviting. But for example, the roof, if you look up, is the same. So that is the building in which we're currently standing. Then we have our fermentation lab here, which is again a very important part of Noma and a very important part of the types of flavor that we work with here. Not something that we always talk with too much at the table itself, but something that I think just if you kind of smell in, you can recognize a lot of the flavors in the dishes that you've had today. So we create garums and soy sauces and misos here, but instead of using soy as our base, we use Danish ingredients like different Danish protein-rich vegetables or rye bread or fava beans or these things that we can naturally grow here to give a slightly different expression, but still the same exact process as you'd use to make a miso anywhere else. I can show you maybe in the garums. So those are the fermented animal products, are the ones that we're using most now. It's quite warm in here, just warning you. It's 60 degrees, which kind of stabilizes it. You can heat, it kind of hits you in the face as you stand here in the front.
It's like a sauna in here.
Yeah, exactly. Like a dry sauna, though. If it was you went in here, then we wouldn't be able to stand here, I don't think.
I think
So the shrimp garum we use, of course, a lot. It's quite like a normal fish sauce, except we use the shrimp solids, and then this stuff that comes on top is the stuff that we actually use as the sauce. A little drop of this is in a lot of the dishes that you've had today. We use it in some of the cocktails as well, and it has this very concentrated stock smell when you're standing here in front of the garum room, right? So I think that again, part of what we want to do of serving more vegetables and lots of stuff in here, don't worry. And less meat is also coming from here, that we can use a little bit of meat in a garum like this to give a lot of flavor to a vegetable instead of using the meat as the main ingredient and then the vegetable as the seasoning, kind of reversing it, if that makes sense to you.
The real foundation of flavor comes from here. So no dishes come from.
And we have the test kitchen is actually the first greenhouse here. So they can work in the test kitchen, researching the next menu in parallel to the service kitchen working without them getting in each other's way. So they will start the research of the next menu almost on the first day that we're opening with this menu. So they're already starting to work on what types of dishes that they want to have at the next menu. So you can see there's the ovens, the fridges, everything that you need in here to kind of cook. Different types of cutlery and ceramics as well, to give them an idea of how they want the dish also to look on the plate and how they want it to be presented to the guests. And their own pot wash and all this, less interesting but still very important stuff too. So Thomas, one of our head researchers, standing there, always working. So he used to also have a restaurant in Japan that was part of also the Noma group called Inoa, a 2-star restaurant. But now he's back with us for now. So that's very exciting. We grow some of our herbs here in this little greenhouse that we have here. So we mainly use this greenhouse for the Mexican oregano herb that you haven't had on this menu today, but that we've used on a lot of different menus in the past. So this little herb here that we brought back from our pop-up in Mexico and that we now grow here in our greenhouse has a different flavor depending on its size, and is a really interesting product that we wanted to bring back all the way from Mexico to Denmark because of its flavor. And that's it, but I think it's fun to see part of this building here. You can see the massive scale of the restaurant that you maybe don't get as much of an idea of when you're just standing or sitting in the main dining room. Yeah. Hope it was a nice experience for you all to come dine with us tonight. Yeah. Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
How long are you staying in Copenhagen for then?
This is our last night.
That's
we
it?
Ended up, yeah.
Oh.
We ended up with Noma, so just bang
Nice.
at the end.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
But you've liked it here?
Oh yeah, we absolutely love it here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What a way to end it then.
Yeah, it is what a way to
Yeah,
end it.
yeah.
It's absolutely
Very
awesome.
cool. And yeah, keep that as a souvenir for you guys.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.